Hey, if you're curious about what type of income you could possibly make as an agent with the DIG agency, then this video about our brand new DIG motivational income calculator is the perfect video to watch. We're going to go through the process of showing you all of the variables that maximize your potential for income in accordance to how our commission program works at the DIG agency and our free lead final expense telesales program. As a side note, as always, these are just hypothetical numbers. There's no guarantee of income. Some people make a lot of money. Some people make nothing. Your mileage may vary. So just use this as a tool for educational purposes only. So getting started. The variables we're going to talk about first, and then we're going to start plugging and playing with the numbers so you can see what the potential really is. So what we inadvertently or end up tracking very closely as an agent with the DIG agency in our free lead program are these variables. First being your sales per hour, how many sales you make over a given time period, the number of hours per week you work. The not taken number, that's the number of pieces of business that you can approve for coverage or get declined or don't make it to the first payment even though they're approved. And then your first year persistency measures the amount of business that was collected on some form or fashion for the first premium, and then got through the first 12 months total of payments. Very important number to just judge the quality of business. Your average deal size, what's your average yearly premium? We typically talk about premium in monthly amounts, but we measure it for the purpose of commissions and annual premium. More on that in a minute. And primary carrier sales, how much of your business are you doing with our number one carrier that we encourage everybody to write as much as humanly possible? And then the final variable is how many weeks a year are you taking off and not working in the DIG agency? So with that said, let's go into each of these, assign some numbers, hit calculate to see what the possibilities are, and then play with them to see just how much money is possible to earn. So first of all, I think a good agent, not the greatest, not a bad agent, will sell one policy every 3 hours and 20 minutes. That comes out to 3 sales every 10 hours. And that's measured as time waiting for a phone call to come through or time talking to a prospect. Okay. So understand how we measure that from a time standpoint. The worst agents that really aren't around very long get 1 sale every 5 hours. Our absolute best agents are making a sale every 2 hours, sometimes a little bit more frequent than that. We had an agent last week who wrote 30 or 31 deals, and I think his success rate was in this 1 sale every 2 hours total on the dialer. So with that said, we're just going to assume you are a good agent, not a great agent, not a bad agent. So you're going to make a sale every 3 hours and 20 minutes. You can work part-time at the DIG agency. We don't recommend any less than 15 to 20 hours a week. But let's assume most of y'all are interested in full-time. So we're going to put down 40 hours a week. Again, that's on the dialer waiting for a sales call or in a sales call. A good not taken percentage is 15%. A good persistency, like average, would be 75%. We could argue that it should be closer to 80, maybe even 85%. But let's say 75% just to play it safe. Average deal size historically for us has been $950 in annual premium, probably about $80 a month. Although we've had months, or I should say weeks more recently, where that was closer to $1,100. So we're trying to instill training to lift that average up to make every deal worth that much more to you. Half of your sales will be with our primary carrier. And then let's just say you're taking 6 weeks, a year off between getting sick, vacations, etc. So let's calculate and see what the total estimates are. So this puts you at our tier 7 comp grid, where the best carrier that we have, our primary carrier, pays 45% commission. And again, we have 32 tiers. So as you write more business, you actually make a higher commission on all of your sales within the given time period. Right now, that's based off of a 2-week look back period. So what we're trying to say here is that if you could hit just shy of 21,000 in AP, you can accomplish this tier 7 level. Okay. And this gives you, again, these are projected numbers. Don't take this as accurate at all. A $3,000 per pay period, basically twice a month income with an annual commission just over $100,000 a year. Now it's more here because in months 10, 11, 12 of your policies, you get the back end commission. That's not reflected in this number. This is your upfront money. So not the back end money. So keep that in mind. It's more accurate as to what you'll be earning up front, but over time, that actually will go up as your commissions increase. So bottom line here, if you're just a good agent with just good stats and you're putting in an honest amount of work every week with 6 weeks off a year, we think it's hypothetical that you can earn more than $100,000 a year. Pretty cool. But Dave, I want to earn more than that. What is possible? So let's take a look here. And this is what's cool is once you start getting better trained, you underwrite better, you know how to sell a higher premium, we can change these numbers slightly and you're going to see an exponential increase overall in what you're able to earn. So let's say you step it up and you do a sale basically every 2 hours and 50 minutes. Like I think it's like 3.5 sales every 10 hours. You work a little bit longer to 45 hours. So instead of working 8 hours on the phone Monday through Friday, you're working 9 hours. So just an extra hour a day, right? Your not taken stays the same. Your persistency stays the same. But we teach you how to sell more and you get up to a 1050 AP increase. So $100 AP increase. And instead of 50% of your business with our primary carrier, you inch that up to 60%. And you take off 8 weeks a year because you like a little extra time off. You're a 1099 contractor with us. You can do whatever you please and work whenever you want. So we calculate the total and check that out. First of all, notice the tier went up to the 14 tier level. Instead of a 45% commission, you make a 52% commission on our best carrier and product. The goal AP to achieve that is 31,000 or just 30,457 is what you'll have to hit in order to hit this tier. Your earned commission on a bi-monthly basis is $5,798, and your estimated annual commission, again, according to this hypothetical number, is just shy of $200,000 or $190,360. So it's cool. Like, you know, how likely is it to go from a sale every 3 hours and 20 minutes to a sale every hour and 20 minutes? You know, it's like the best of the best. I would rather show incremental increases to realistically show what's possible. And you can see we've almost doubled our income just doing a little bit more, doing it a little bit better at a higher deal size with more of our major carriers and even with 2 extra weeks off. Pretty cool. Now you may be asking, okay, so I heard there's a top level commission of 70%. How do you earn that? Like, what do you have to do to earn this? So let's take a look at that. And here's the thing, 70% is like elite. To get that kind of commission, it's going to take a lot of work and you're going to have to be really good. So please understand that it's not something that everyone's going to achieve. But let's say you get really good and you can do it. And we have agents doing a sale every 2 hours. You bump up to 55 hours a week. Your persistency and not taken stay the same. You get really good at selling larger deal sizes. And let's say you do 1150 and still 60% of your carrier sales come here. And then let's say we still do 8 weeks off per year. This moves you to the top level commission. You're at a 70% comp tier. And the production you're hitting to achieve this on a bi-monthly basis is $58,243. Your estimated income bi-monthly is just shy of $16,000. And we estimate you'll earn more than $500,000 in income with us if you accomplish these numbers. And again, this is just 11 hours a day. You could do it over 6 days if you wanted and work 9 times 6. So 9 hours a day, that's 54. So yeah, 1 10-hour day and then 2 other 9-hour days. And then have Sundays off. You can get this with higher amounts. You can work more. Maybe and again, that's what's cool is like maybe your deal size is actually 1,100 and you're still just right above it. So you're like, well, how do I earn a little bit more? Let me just work a little bit more and that'll push you back over the edge. So this is a lot of fun to play with. Again, you should see the calculator to the side. Please play with these numbers. These numbers, again, are hypothetical. They just give you an idea of what's possible. There's no guarantee at all that you're going to hit these income levels. Everybody's mileage varies. But this hopefully gives you some idea as to what's accomplishable. And again, what we did with these tier systems and why this is totally different than everybody else does, is we wanted to reward our most productive agents with the most amount of income they can earn based off of the volume of business they do. If you don't do a lot of business, you're not going to earn a lot of money. To be honest with you, you're going to be more on our lower end tier, under 40% commission. But again, for those of you who are doing very well, it's going to be very good earnings. And it's going to give you a big opportunity for income that you really can't find anywhere else. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want more information, maybe you're watching this on YouTube, go to davidford.com to get more information on how our agency works, to get more details on pretty much everything, and to learn how to apply, and then come to a Q&A call to ask questions. And again, hope you enjoyed this video and hope it gets you excited. That's the main thing.